Welcome back, students. Now we will see the mapping space around us. So you have been dealing with maps since you were in primary classes. In geography, you have been asked to locate a particular state, a particular river or a mountain on a map. In history, you might have been asked to locate a particular place where some event had occurred long back. You have traced routes of rivers, roads, railway lines, traders and many others. These you have done in your SS subjects. Okay. Now how do we read maps? What can we conclude and understand while reading a map? What information does a map have and what it does not have? Is it any different form of picture? In this section we will try to find answers to some of these questions. Look at the figure which is given below. It's a map and picture. This is the map of this picture. Okay, now see what is the difference between these two, map and real picture. So what can we conclude from the above illustration? When we draw a picture, we attempt to represent reality as it is seen with all its details, whereas a map depicts only the location of an object in relation to other objects. Secondly, different persons can give descriptions of pictures completely different from one another, depending upon the position from which they are looking at the house. But this is not true in the case of a map. If you want to go a railway station, suppose I am giving you an example, and if a person is at the Alkapuri, so for that person the route of the way of railway it's different from a person who is there in the Mandvi or in Nyay Mandir or city area. So it's depend on a person where the person is actually stand and where the person has to go. So for the pictures it is different from each person. Okay, but for the map is same for each and every person at any direction. If you observe the map, it remains as it is. But this is not true in the case of a map. The map of the house remains the same irrespective of the position of the observer. In other words, perspective is very important for drawing a picture, but it is not relevant for a map. You have given one map over here in figure 10.2. Now what is it? Look at the map which has been drawn by 7-year-old Raghav as the route from his house to his school. From this map, can you tell how far is Raghav's school from his house? Would every circle in the map depict a round about whose school is near to the house, Raghav's or his sister's? It is very difficult to answer the above questions on the basis of the given map. Why? Because no distance measurement is given over here, and whatever symbols, circles are there, what it represents, that also not mentions. So just because of this reason, it is very difficult to get the answer of these questions. Now look at the next map. Let's see. The reason is that we do not know if the distance have been drawn properly or whether the circles drawn are roundabouts or represent something else. We don't know about the symbols. We don't know what is the measurement of this distance as well as this distance. Whether this distance whatever is taken is correct or not, that also we don't know. Now look at the other map drawn by his sister, 10-year-old Meena, to show the route from her house to her school. This map is different from the earlier maps. Here Meena has used different symbols for different landmarks. Secondly, longer line segments have been drawn for longer distance and shorter line segments have been drawn for the shorter distance. That is, she has drawn the map to a scale. So now you can answer the following questions. How far is Raghav's school from his residence? Whose school is nearer to house, Raghav's or Meena? And which are the important landmarks on the route? Okay, this you can observe. Here the distance mentioned 1 kilometer, half kilometer, 1/4 kilometer, 1/4 kilometer. Then here it is 1/2 kilometers, and this is the symbols. Okay, this house is, then symbols are school is there, road is there. This is the symbols which she has made over here. Hospital is there. Okay, so the symbols represent what kind of landmark it has in between the route. So this kind of information is necessary whenever you want to read any kind of map. Thus we realize that use of certain symbols and mentioning of distance has helped us to read the map easily. Observe that the distance shown on the map are proportionate to the actual distance on the ground. This is done by considering a proper scale. While drawing a map, one must know to what scale it has to be drawn. For example, how much of actual distance is denoted by 1 millimeter or 1 centimeter in the map. This means that if one draws a map, she has to decide that 1 centimeter of space in the map shows a certain fixed distance of centimeter. That when we draw a graph, we measure the scale. We have to decide the scale, that 1 centimeter, how much scale we need to complete that particular graph. So same way we have to complete this one. Suppose the distance between your house and your friend's house is 10 kilometer, and you want to represent that on a paper of sheet. If you measure the actual 10 kilometer, that is not possible to draw in the one sheet of paper. So we are assuming the distance, that this much distance should be 10 kilometer. We have to assume like that, and according to that we can draw the map that we have discussed in the previous video. You will find that when the maps are drawn of same size, scales and the distance in the two maps will vary. That is, 1 centimeter of space in the map of Gujarat will represent similar distance as compared to the distance in the map of India. The larger the place and smaller the size of the map drawn, the greater is the distance represented by 1 centimeter. Thus we can summarize this. A map depicts the location of a particular object, place in relation to other objects and places. Symbols are used to depict the different objects' places. There is no reference or perspective in map. That is, objects that are closer to the observer are shown to be of the same size as those that are further away. For example, look at the following pictures. If you consider this picture, if you are standing over here, so for you this tree and this tree both are closer to you, and when you see far away, the size of the tree becomes smaller. Means near a tree you can see the large one, and when it's go far away then it becomes smaller. That is in the picture. But when it is in the map, all the size of the trees remain same. It doesn't like that if you are standing over here, these two are bigger and these two are smaller. It is not like that. In the map, all the shape of the trees should be equal. And the last one, maps use a scale in which is fixed for a particular map. It reduces the real distances proportionately to distance on the paper. So this is all about how you can do the mapping. Exercise 10.2, try to do by yourself, or I will send the answer key. Thank you.